Today we're going to do something a little bit different. I want to talk about the positive things on FC24. Now, before we go any further, I am not associated with EA. I'm not part of the EA Creator Network. I don't work with EA. EA don't act. Actually, they know who I am, pure and simple, because I self-reported that I had the game early and they still wouldn't let me stream it. So yeah, before you say that, I'm not with EA. There's a lot of rant videos that go round about people talking negatively about the game, what they dislike about the game, and I don't disagree with them at all. But I feel like there are a lot of positives in this game that we kind of just like brush over because the negatives are just there in your face. So I'm literally only going to talk positively about things, and I was sort of writing this out last night and my list kind of got quite long, and I'm like, okay, maybe the game's not as bad as we first perceive it, and the way that, you know, us as content creators, we complain all the time, but it's not that bad. So we're going to start in the SBC section, and I think this is actually probably the best thing they've added this year is the exchanges. So the reason why I think the exchanges are so good is because I feel like players are forced into completing SBCs when they get duplicates. And that depletes your club, and then that kind of forces people to head to the store. Personally, that's what I think anyway. If you put all your 86s, because you've got an 86 rated dupe, into an SBC that you don't really care about, you've then got no 86s for when your icon pick drops that you want to do, or your hero pack, or whatever, a new SBC that you fancy. So this is where I think the exchange is excellent. Say you pull in a Ruben Diaz, you've got no other fodder in your club, you either have to buy fodder or you have to open a store pack, for example, to then complete an SBC. You stick him in the 89 exchange and you get 51 players back. This is my RTG account, and I don't really do any SBCs, as you can see. All of like the player SBCs are here. On my main account, I do every SBC, but on this one, literally, I've only done a Dogi out of all of them that are available. So everything else that I get duplicate fodder, unless it's sort of an icon pack, goes into the exchange. Plus, it's also a very, very quick way to just grind packs. If you want to just buy some 89s and you get 51 players, that 14 are rare. I mean, that's better than a 50k pack. Plus, you get all of the commons. Like, it's pretty good. This then sort of leads me on nicely to the next point, which is the ability to grind fodder. Not since I've played FIFA. So I started in FIFA 20. And obviously, I can't talk about previous to that. But in the last sort of 4 years, this game has been the easiest to build fodder by just playing the game. You can take a huge example just from this week. I completed this last night. We've been given this cup mode, which, okay, some people are like, oh, I don't like the cup, rah, rah, rah. But you've got unlimited games. A lot of people are doing golden goal. You just score goals. You get an 85 by 10 for completing it, and you get all of these packs, which includes like an 84 by 20. You get a base Torres as well after 10 wins that you can use in this cup. You got 85 by 2s, 84 by 5s. And then obviously the XP as well. So just from playing the game, you've got hundreds of players that are all fodder that you can then put towards any SBC that you want to do. Plus you might pack a promo card. They've also got the FUT Champs bonus, which most people, if you're a sort of a die-hard player, you play champs anyway. So you've got all of these that you just get in 81 by 11s, 81 by 11s, 84, 85 by 4s, 84 by 4s, just for winning games, which you play anyway. You've also then got your rivals bonus as well, but we're not going to talk about this one because I said I'm not going to talk negatively in this video, and I'm not a big fan of rivals, so we're going to move swiftly on from that. But the ability to grind fodder this year is next to none. This is my RTG account, right? Zero money spent, and this is my team. Obviously, it includes some pack luck of some description, but for this to be an RTG team, just pure and simple from grinding the game is mental, really. Like, it's not even far off my main team. All I've got in my main team is just a ridiculous amount of SBC cards and promo cards that I don't use and don't want. Even in my club as well, I still have a fair bit of fodder and a few cards that I don't even use. So that is pure and simple from playing the game. And I don't even think on this account I have, obviously I've played it a lot, but I don't think that many hours. Let me just move me. So there, I've played on this account for 244 hours. Now, it's a lot of hours, but considering it's an RTG, I don't think that's that bad. So straight off the bat, we've got two very positive things in exchanges and the ability to grind fodder as well. Now we look at the next point, which is the play styles. Now, the play styles have given you the ability to play this game the way you want. Obviously, with the recent patch and Trivella's been nerfed, that kind of takes away that play style. However, if you've got players with tick-attacker play style, you can play tick-attacker football. If you've got the finesse shot plus, finesse shot trait, you can score finesse goals. If you've got the power header or the aerial, you can score crosses. So, this game, although people complain a lot about the gameplay, it's probably the first game that I've played that you can actually play in whatever play style you want and it still be effective. Obviously, some play styles are more effective than others, but in like other previous games, you had to follow the meta, like the La Croquetas in FIFA 20, the bridges, I think it was the El Tornado in FIFA 19. I didn't play that. But those were the metas that you kind of had to use, right? Whereas this year, I feel like you've got much more variance in the way you can play. Not saying everyone plays like that, but you can play the game the way you want to. Also, you'll see some green cards in my team. This is part of the evolution section. The same as Adogi here, he is evoed. Now, I think the evolutions are an excellent addition this year. Do I personally utilize it? No, not really. I'm not that bothered about it. But the thing is with this game that people need to understand is not everything is for everyone, right? Like, you get given, for example, these Future Stars attacks. I was away for Future Stars. I was on holiday. This is why I had a long time to think about what I was going to say in this video. But these are all available. You don't have to do them. This is where, like, people complain. They're like, oh, this Evo's not very good. Right, well, just don't do it. If you don't like the Evo, don't do the Evo. But what the Evos have done this year, especially, say, for example, you support a club in League 2, League 1, there have been evolutions, and there will continue to be evolutions throughout the game, that you can Evo cards that are unusable and make them usable. Are they going to be the most meta cards in the game? No, but will you be able to compete with those cards? Absolutely. I know people that are running just Evo teams. Like, I'm a Newcastle supporter. I've got friends who support Newcastle. They've got just a Newcastle Evo team. Like, our defense is slow, but the Evos allow them to have centre-backs and, like, full-backs that are of decent pace that can compete. So, for some people, this evolution section is excellent. And considering it's the first year of it as well, it's got a lot of potential to move forward in the future. Quick one, the Champs extension. Now, this is kind of recent, but they've now ending it at 8 o'clock on a Tuesday morning UK time, so it'll be like 3 a.m, then -5, right? 3 a.m. New York time on a Tuesday morning, which just gives you more time, right? It was so set in stone, you needed to Friday morning until like Monday morning, but now you've got sort of a lot more time to, they usually do this during Team of the Season as well, but you've got more time to play the game. Like I said, I've been on holiday, I've been catching up. I've still got 13 games left to play on my RTG, but I can finish this, and if I'd come back Monday like I did, I wouldn't have even been able to play Champs. So, the extension there, I think, is excellent. Now, I can't actually get into the Team of the Week, but just a small one, they have now boosted Team of the Week cards, so the minimum rating's 85, which is great for fodder, and also the featured Team of the Weeks have now been given 2 playstyle pluses. I don't still think that Team of the Week is quite there yet in terms of relevance. Like, it's still pretty much you just need a Team of the Week for SBCs, but they're working on it, and it looks like it's moving in the right direction. Additionally, as well, over the last sort of like 2 weeks, I think it's been, EA have been increasing the upgrades to last 7 days. So usually they come out on Mondays at 6 PM UK time, and then they expired on the Friday at 6 PM. So that then when the new promo comes out, unless you'd stacked in advance, you couldn't then like build upgrades with your saved packs or anything like that for the new promo. You had nothing to do with your duplicates. But they seem to have now made them a week. So if they stick with that, that is excellent. They also seem to be giving us variety of upgrades as well. We've got this Fantasy Foot Crafting, which is there for 2 weeks. A little bit short, but it's still great there because you get the extra rewards. You've got the 81 double upgrades and the 81 plus player picks as well. So there's plenty of upgrades to do on the game. Now, when it comes to player SBCs, there are player SBC after player SBC available on this game. Now, a lot of people are going to say, oh, there's too many player SBCs. This is where people get caught up in, if you don't like the SBC, don't do it. My RTG, I only do an SBC if they fit my team. None of these guys are going to get in my team, so I don't bother. If you run kind of a sticker book collection, I understand that's difficult. But at that point, like, my main account, I do every SBC. But I don't think it's even possible to do that on an RTG. But it's pick and choose, right? You don't need to do every SBC. And if you do want to do every SBC, you're probably going to have to spend money. But nobody's telling you that you need to do every SBC. The next point is squad battles and friendly modes. Now, I think it was implemented last year in squad battles, but I can't remember. But the 4-minute halves, great. It was obviously 6 minutes before. Squad battles was an absolute drag. This year's squad battles is all right. I haven't played it this week, obviously. But it's easy to do. You can do all your evolutions, you can do all your upgrades in squad battles, and it takes 4 minutes half, and it just flies by. Exactly the same as friendlies. We've got that new friendly mode where you get all of the packs and things that I was talking about. Most of them are 4-minute halves. There is nothing to complain about there. That's great. This year, EA decided to scrap the base, mids, prime moments of icons. So now we get promo icons, which means that we can just continuously, throughout the cycle, get better and better icons. Even in my team, I've got Thunderstruck Cafu, a Winter Wildcard Grincha, a base Maldini, a Team of the Year Zola. So having those promo icons mean we can have better versions of the icons, especially the ones that are like unusable, right? For example, Loudrop is a horrendous icon card. However, this right back version is a very, very good card. Obviously, I know it's a shapeshifter, but they've made like Shearer, his left mid card is like usable considering he usually is so bad. So having the promo icons for me is a massive dub, and it also gives more impacts for each promo. Speaking of the promos, we get a free pack every promo as well. I think this one we got an 85 plus. People complain a lot about, like, you know, it's all a push towards money, which I'm not saying it's not, but you do get a lot of free content as well. So there is a free pack basically every single promo as well, just for playing the game. Now I am going to have to head to the store for the next one for the dreaded For You packs for you, wherever it is. Now the only reason I'm here is because I don't agree with these packs, but we're not talking negatively. The 10 coin and 30 coin packs this year have been absolutely excellent. I think they were introduced during Thunderstruck, if I'm right, and we got them sort of like every 2 hours. I've opened mine, so I can't actually show you, but the 10 coin, 30 coin packs is basically free, and you get a shed ton of rares. I've seen Thunderstruck Ronaldinho pulled from these packs. So the 10 coin and 30 coin packs, massive dub. Now, when it comes to the store, I mean, the promo packs, there's a lot. But again, it's the same as the SBCs for me. It is your prerogative whether you want to open these or not. The ability to spend money is there. The ability to open whatever you want. If you want an icon, you can open 3 icons. If you want a hero, you can get a choice of 3 heroes. If you want fodder, you can get the fodder. But it's not, you have to go here and open them. I understand, like, you know, there's the addiction side of things and everything like that. I don't want to talk negatively. But the store packs are there. There's a lot to do, but you don't have to do it. That's what we need to take into consideration. Obviously, I can't really say much. A lot of my content is sort of like pack-related content, but it doesn't mean that you have to open them. And then the final point as well, although this isn't a positive for me because I absolutely hate it, but it's a positive for viewers and you guys, is you get free packs just for watching the pro opens. Like, whether you like the pro opens or not that they're there right now, but usually you watch an hour, you get like 3 free packs, and then they give you a Mystery Nation that you need to score 3 finesse goals with anyone. You get like a mega pack. So you're getting like sort of like 4 or 5 free packs, free, just from watching the FC Pro Open. So that again, that's the ability to grind fodder. They're giving you more and more and more. So those are sort of like the positives I could come up with, you know, on the top of my head. There probably are more. There are a lot of negatives as well, don't get me wrong. But I just wanted to kind of put across this video because there's always just such negativity around the game. Like, we need some positivity. We're all still going to play it, right? Like, if you're sort of part of the hardcore community, you're going to play this game regardless of whether you like it or not. So I think it's best that sometimes we kind of look for the positives rather than just always concentrating on the negatives.